Share the entire screen and then just maximize us there. Zoom.
There it is. Okay, we good? Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. This is the Uwchlan Township Board of Supervisors July 14th meeting. If you could join me to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty.
They recently sent the F550 chassis to the upfitter for a body, plow, and lights to be installed. Parks Department installed reservation sign holders at the pavilions, and they did road bank mowing, groomed ball fields, and removed down trees from the storms in the parks and trails.
All right, the building and zoning report.
For the month of June, the building department issued 77 permits for construction activities. A total of 131 inspections were conducted, 24 fire inspections and 3 hotel inspections were completed. 51 use and occupancy certificates were issued, and the fire marshal responded to 17 incidents during working hours and conducted 1 burning complaint investigation.
Thank you. Lionville Fire Company.
Lionville Fire Company responded to 68 incidents during the month of June. 40 of those were in Uwchlan, 8 were in Upper Uwchlan, 7 in West Pikeland, and 13 in other municipalities. The year to date is 367.
Thank you. Is anyone from Uwchlan Ambulance here tonight? Is there a motion to accept the reports?
So moved.
I will second. Is there any board question or comment?
No.
Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to tonight's business agenda. First up, we have a public hearing regarding the cable franchise renewal. Ms. Churchill?
Good evening. This is a public hearing of the Township Board of Supervisors regarding the cable franchise renewal for Uwchlan Township. This public hearing is held pursuant to Section 626 of the Federal Cable Act, which sets forth the processes for franchise renewal. The township's current franchise with Verizon is within the industry norm renewal window, and the township is beginning the process of renewing the franchise. This public hearing is part of the preliminary portion of the franchise renewal, in which the township reviews the cable operator's past performance and identifies the township's future cable-related community needs. As such, as part of this public hearing, we invite comments from any citizens who wish to speak regarding either or both of the aforementioned subjects. Franchise renewal is the best opportunity for municipalities to assert their rights while respect to their cable operator and obtain important benefits in return for granting the cable operator the right to use their public right-of-way. These benefits include state-of-the-art cable system now and in the future, stronger customer service standards, free services to community facilities, better reporting requirements from the cable operators, maximized franchise fees, public, educational, and government channel, if desired, PEG capital support funding, legal protections of right-of-way, and better mechanisms to enforce the franchise agreement. These are just some of the potential benefits available through the franchise renewal. We are also looking to add to this agreement a dedicated local government service representative, fire and ambulance business class internet services, internet for township facilities such as the Cadwallader House, Wi-Fi in township parks. Citizens may address these items or any other cable-related items that are important to them. And I have 4 exhibits to add to the record. B1, which is the agreement in front of us now. B2 is the notice in the Daily Local. B3 is the proof of publication dated July 1st, 2025. And B4 is their certificate of posting dated June 17th, 2025. And we will now open the hearing to citizens' comments.
Is there any public comment? All right, seeing none. Is there any board questions or comments?
No, not for me.
All right. Do we need to?
And I guess if there's no comment, we can close the hearing.
Go ahead and close the hearing. All right, moving on to business item number 2, permission to advertise ordinance establishing speed limits on Pickering Way. Ms. Giordano?
Yes, if you recall, last month we did approve an ordinance for speed limits throughout Pickering Industrial Park. Unfortunately, we missed a section of Pickering Way between Welsh Pool Road and Gordon Drive. So we are looking to have permission to advertise an ordinance for that section of Pickering Way for the speed limit for it to be 25 miles per hour.
All right, I'll move to permit advertising for the ordinance establishing speed limits on Pickering Way.
I will second. Is there any board question or comment?
No.
Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Number 3, we have a set of 2 ordinances this evening. First is number 2025-07 for an all-way stop sign at Wharton Boulevard and Rice Boulevard.
Yes, we are here tonight for the adoption of an ordinance that will allow for a proposed all-way stop at the intersection of Rice Boulevard and Wharton Boulevard. We do have a few exhibits to enter into the record. B1 is the proposed stop sign ordinance number 2025-07. B2 is the notice of hearing to the Daily Local. B3 is the proof of publication from July 1st, 2025. B4 is the certificate of posting. B5 is the Bowman Engineer Review Letter dated May 15th, 2025. And B6 are the plans from traffic planning and design of the intersection. There are proposed ADA ramps and striped crosswalks proposed at the intersection as well. And we are requesting board approval for ordinance 2025-07 for the installation of the stop signs on Rice Boulevard and Wharton Boulevard for the proposed all-way stop.
All right, is there a motion for approval of number 2025-07 for the all-way stop at Wharton Boulevard and Rice Boulevard?
So moved.
I will second. Is there any board questions or comments?
No.
Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. B, number 2025-08, amending section 508.11 governing town centers.
Yes, this hearing is for the amendment of section 508.11 of chapter 265, which governs town centers. When the township previously approved Town Center 2 in Eagle View, one of the conditions of approval was that there would be no more town centers. That verbiage was then approved by an ordinance in 2022, and the proposed ordinance for adoption this evening removes that stipulation by removing that one sentence. Since that time of adoption, we have reconsidered that condition and feel that this amendment will allow for more flexible zoning within the PCID zoning district. The ordinance still requires that town center uses be permitted on specific sites that are at least 15 acres and are designated for town center development by the applicant and agreed upon by the board. Once an area is designated, the applicant will still need to go through the conditional use process for approval of a town center and an amendment to the Eagle View Master Plan. There are a few exhibits to enter into the record. Again, B1 is the proposed ordinance 2025-08. B2 is the notice of the hearing to the Daily Local. B3 is the proof of publication from June 25th, 2025 and July 2nd, 2025. B4 is the certificate of posting. B5 is the Chester County Planning Commission review letter dated June 25th, 2025, which supports the adoption of the ordinance amendment. B6 is the draft Planning Commission meeting minutes from June 4th, 2025, which recommends the adoption of the ordinance amendment. And B7 is an overview of future planning for Eagle View that was submitted by the Hankin Group. So if you are so inclined, we are requesting adoption of ordinance 2025-08, which amends section 508.11 governing town centers and PCID.
Thank you. Is there a motion for approval of number 2025-08, amending section 508.11 governing town centers?
So moved.
I will second. Is there any board question or comment?
No.
Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, moving along to number 4, resolution 2025-23, transportation grant application for pedestrian crossing on Whitford Road.
This resolution is authorizing an application to the Commonwealth Financing Authority for a multimodal transportation grant of $121,190 to enhance the pedestrian crossing on Whitford Road near Lionville Middle School. This resolution also designates Robert Cagle, Township Manager, and Katie Churchill, Assistant Township Manager, as the officials to execute all documents and agreements between Uwchlan Township and the Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and make a motion for the approval of resolution 2025-23 for a transportation grant application for pedestrian crossing on Whitford Road.
Second.
Any board question or comment?
No.
Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 5, adoption of youth volunteer program policy.
The purpose of this policy is to establish guidelines for individuals under the age of 18 who wish to volunteer with Uwchlan Township. This policy ensures that the township provides a safe, structured, and legally compliant opportunities for youth to engage in public service and community development.
I'll move to approve the adoption of the youth volunteer program policy.
I will second. Is there any board question or comment?
No.
Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Number 6, authorization for the Township Manager to enter into a contract with Monarch Staffing for temporary staffing services.
So this is for a municipal administrative support specialist position while Julia is on leave. And we have used this company before, and it has been very successful using them as a temp agency. So we're just asking for permission tonight for that.
Okay.
I'll move to approve authorization for the township manager to enter a contract with Monarch Staffing for temporary staffing services.
Second, any board question or comment?
No.
Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll direct your attention to the announcements at the bottom of this evening's agenda for our future upcoming meeting dates, and open the meeting to any public comment this evening. Do we have anyone signed up for comment? No. Okay. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
I'll go ahead and call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Even with.